Welcome, welcome, welcome to Module 1 of our Successful Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind. Actually, 11 beautiful souls are enrolled in this
Welcome,
batch,
welcome,
and
welcome.
I'm so happy we have a new enrollee today. And I'm really, really happy as we progress with the mastermind. Um, More and more people join in, and I'm really grateful because some of you also who are joining today are from the previous batches. So again, this is lifetime. You have me for life. That's something that I promise and that I'm fulfilling. You can attend all future live batches. New modules are added at no additional cost. This is my promise. This is my mission and vision and purpose to just keep on learning and teaching and growing. And as I've mentioned, this is a revamped, upgraded version of everything I've taught before with fresher, deeper wisdom to give you now because I've grown and evolved so much in mind, body, heart, and spirit since our last batch. And I want to give you the most potent version of this work. Honestly, I realized with this new weekly mastermind, I've really grown because I'm not like before who panics. Up until the last batch, honestly, last year or early this year, every time we have a weekly mastermind, I'm always like, oh my gosh, I have a class, I don't know what to teach. I still have that feeling, but now I'm like, why don't I just allow things to be easy? And normally I won't allow my son to disturb me or anything, but earlier I was the one who invited my son to go to lunch, Japanese. We ate Japanese food. It's so good. And yeah, I'm like, why can't I allow everything to be easy? So I'm focused, but I'm also relaxed. It's possible. I thought before focus should be not breathing, focus should be frantic, focus should be, A-type personality. I have to make this perfect. Now I'm shifting and I realized I can be focused and relaxed at the same time and give myself breaks in between, allow it to be easy, breezy. So now I want you to breathe and relax and settle in as we wait for everyone to arrive. Feel free to drop in the chat your wins, your intentions, anything you would love to share with your fellow soulful entrepreneurs while we wait. Um, but if you just want to receive and listen, that's also welcome. But the reason why I ask you to share your wins and intentions is so that I can bless them. We can all bless them and witness them in this intimate healing circle, and also to celebrate you. Every win, big and small, is worth celebrating. And of course, I would love to feel your energies and connect with you. If there's anything else that you want to share aside from your win and intention, maybe anything you want to process, shift, transmute, alchemize, please feel free to share that as well. So, welcome to our Successful Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind third batch of live masterclasses. And today is Module 1 group coaching call. Module 1 is Introduction to Soulful Selling and Spiritual Entrepreneurship. And I'm really, really excited for this. And I want to thank you for being here. I really love connecting with you in our spiritual, intimate circle. I just want to share that when we started the first batch, there were only like three enrollees, actually four, but one backed out. So it's like three enrollees. And later on, it became five as we progress with the course. So now we are starting with the ones officially enrolled in this batch are actually 11. So I'm really happy and really grateful that um, we're evolving. And again, this is a mastermind. So yes, you can listen to me, share, and teach. But as a mastermind, this means we're all teachers and students of each other. So I encourage you to share your divine downloads, insights, key takeaways to everyone here. We are all spiritual teachers here. So today we're diving deep into soulful entrepreneurship, into number one, what stage of soulful business you're truly at. So are you still planting seeds, or are you thriving and flourishing already? Let's be honest and be aware about it. And we are diving deep into the four levels of consciousness: to me, the victim mindset; by me, through me, and as me. The highest level is as me, as the divine creator of all that is, the highest consciousness. And we're all shape shifting into victim mindset, ego consciousness to highest consciousness. And we are also touching on the money mindset and mindful marketing shifts for healers, for coaches, and so for entrepreneurs. All of you here who are plugged in this course. Some are actually enrolled from Australia. We have 3 enrolled from Australia, and it's late right now in Australia, so they're watching the replay. And I want you to know that we're also from India. So we're from different parts of the world: Philippines, India, Australia, UAE, Scotland. And we are connecting from different parts of the world. And how magical is that, right? How magical is that, that we're in one room together? So we'll also be doing some powerful journal therapy prompts together around your money story and your marketing. And this is the kind of reflection that changes everything once you really see it, once you finally become aware of your limitations, of your downfalls, and also on the missing link for your breakthroughs. And what I will be saying may trigger you, or it can make you feel uncomfortable throughout the course. I have experiences when I'm just speaking, and some of my students will cry while I'm speaking, or some will feel angry. um, I just want you to breeze through it, and I hope you're here with your heart open, open to reflect, open to receive healing energies, and with your journal ready as well for you to write whatever's coming through. And I can't believe it's been a week since our live welcome call. Can you believe that? It's been a week. I'm like, isn't that only yesterday? It's been a week, and it's Friday again. And time really does fly when you're in alignment. And I'm back in Dubai, and I'm so happy to be here with you. And again, before we dive in, I want to say that I have taught this course and this module before twice. And this is now our third live batch. And I'm not teaching it the same way I taught it the first time or even the second time. I sent you the link to the online course portal. So if you're curious, you can watch the first batch, you can watch the second batch, and now it's the third batch. You'll see also how much I've grown and evolved. At that time when I first run the first batch, when I first run our founding batch, I was still very much in resistance, and I was still adjusting to, from low ticket offers to high ticket flagship programs. And so this is my third flagship program. First is the Reiki Master Apprenticeship. Second is the Life Coaching Certification Training Program. And then I realized this is not enough. There's more to life than this. So I created the This is the first batch of the Successful Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind. And then the fourth is the Goddess Creatrix Embodiment and Empowerment Program for your embodying your goddess selves, right? The Queen Empress. Also recalibrating back to balancing your divine feminine and divine masculine. And the fifth is what we're doing right now, the year-long mindset, manifestation, and magnetism mastery. I have one upcoming, which is all about hypnotherapy. I already have two. The demand comes before the supply. I already have two students on hypnotherapy right now. So it's always the demand comes before the supply, and that's what's next for me. I'm creating another program. Maybe I'll launch it end of the year and maybe next year. So as I've mentioned, I've grown and evolved so much in all aspects of my life, and this module is upgraded. We're experiencing so much upgrades in our life, and I'm sharing so much more fresher, deeper wisdom. And I'm not the teacher I was in batch one or batch two. Batch one, batch two. Now it's batch 3. And yeah, so first quick recap of our welcome call. Be, do, and have. That's the main essence of our welcome call. If you remember last week, I just want to present it to you guys so that it's still fresh in our memories. So last week, so I'll start with a recap so that we're coming in strong and fresh. So last week, it's all about be, do, and have. Be, do, have, the framework. Hold on, where is that? I told you about the law of entrainment, the principle of osmosis, the power of words, and this. The big shift is in the formula be, do, have. So most of us live according to the formula have, do, be. But now it's time to shift into be, do, have. Meaning you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for permission to have validation. You don't wait to have the husband to feel loved. You don't wait to have the client to feel and become that soulful entrepreneur, that spiritual teacher. You are your highest self now. And that's the big shift. And as that highest, fullest self, because you are your highest, fullest self, then you will do things that are in alignment with that highest consciousness, and you will be more aligned to you'll be doing more aligned action according to who you really are, according to your calling, according to your purpose. And that's how you will have more and more. You will have more of what you are. That's how it is. You'll be given what you have is just a mirror. What you will have is a mirror of what you already are. So if you are love, then you will have more love in your life. If you are abundance, then you will have more abundance in your life. And God is the real CEO of your life and business. So we've talked about that God is the real CEO and you are the COO of your business. You are the chief operating officer and God is the real chief executive officer of your life and business. And also we discussed that healing happens through entrainment, through osmosis, through the words we exchange. And we also started with the powerful affirmation, I'm deeply valued and fully supported. I'm safe to receive, safe to be seen, safe to be wealthy, whole, and free. So I want you to say this over and over again until it is deeply ingrained in every single cell of your body. I'm deeply valued and fully supported. I'm safe to receive, safe to be seen, safe to be wealthy, whole, and free. Let's do it again. Let's say this again with feeling your hand on your heart, or one hand on your heart, the other one in your belly. I'm deeply valued and fully supported. I'm safe to receive, safe to be seen, safe to be wealthy, whole, and free. All right. It feels so good, right? Would you like this? Just say yes. Yes. Done. It's completed. It's fulfilled. This is just a review of what we have been studying and instilling in our subconscious mind since last week. And so we are all shape shifting away from ego and into soul, away from the small self and into the highest consciousness. By the way, if you want a copy of the slides, I've sent it in our group chat. In everything I send in the WhatsApp group chat, but if you want, I can also send you, or in the online course portal, it's also uploaded there. Again, give us 24 to 48 hours to upload it in the portal, but you will get instant access to the replay. I'll give the YouTube playlist, unlisted playlist to everyone. So we have many ways of reviewing all the divine downloads. Again, online course portal, and then I share the replay in the WhatsApp group chat and Facebook page. And I also will give you the YouTube playlist. All right. So just so that you can plug into highest consciousness wherever you want, whenever you can, whenever and wherever. I know that a lot of you are undergoing challenges right now. So that's why I'm here and I am showing up again. Once again, my mojo is back and with positive reinforcements. I was like, but just before this, I was so sleepy, and then magically my spirit just woke me up. I was like, oh wow. I was like, oh, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm fully awake. Speaking of awake, I just want to share my mug. It's in the hotel that I'm in. I'm staying in one of the Marriott hotels because I'm a Marriott Gold member. It says, dreams begin only after you wake up. Dreams begin only after you wake up. And I was like, oh, this sounds like me. And they gave me such a beautiful mug. So I want you to process that and reflect on that also. Dreams begin only after you wake up. Dreams begin. If you can read it. Yes. Dreams begin only after you wake up. Isn't that amazing? It's not like you're just dreaming and waiting for everything to land on your lap, not doing any aligned, inspired action steps. Also, wake up means awareness. When you're fully aware. So you gotta be fully aware and activated, get your ass off bed and do it. Do the inspired action steps. And at first you'll be scared. At first you don't know what to do, but that's why I'm here. I'll be guiding you every step of the way. And I've guided hundreds of souls already. So one day I'll be saying thousands, but now hundreds is what I can say. So, the ego negotiates from fear. The soul already knows it is whole. That's the goal, that's the dream, that's the aim. Moving from ego, from the small self, the mean voice, into highest consciousness. This is the essence of this whole course, of this whole program. Moving away from ego and into soul. Moving away from the small self, from the mean voice, into highest consciousness. Moving away from fear, lack, the feeling of incomplete attachment to people, material things, and into knowing that you're whole and complete. You're more than enough. This is the essence of this whole course. And everything that is not in alignment with wholeness, with love and light, is not true. That's false. Fears, doubts, lack, those are false. Those are lies. The only truth is love, light, and wholeness. And so, as I've shared before, we gotta ask ourselves often, is this me speaking from ego, or is this me speaking from soul? This is the question. In your sales, in your marketing, in the way you meet people, in the way you ask favors, in the way you offer your services, in your relationships, in everything. Is this me speaking from ego, or is this me speaking from soul? Ego is shameful. Soul is shameless. That's why I shamelessly ask and I shall receive. I shamelessly invite people to my party, to my webinars, masterclasses. I shamelessly ask for the abundance exchange that I feel is a win-win for both me and my client. And I want you to do the same. Also, this is something that I learned from the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. So there are like 10 scrolls, and then the scroll mark 2 is all about greeting this day with love in your heart. So we greet this day with love, loving every beautiful soul, regardless of whether they buy. You love every person equally, regardless of whether they're buying or not. Of course, you give more time, effort, attention, energetic blessings, focused awareness and coaching and attention to the person who buys, your client. But whether or not they buy, you love them nevertheless. And also, I want to share that you're not simply a human being occasionally touching something spiritual. You're a spiritual being currently having a human experience. You're currently building a business. And let that highest truth be the foundation of everything we're covering today onwards. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. I repeat, and I want to say this straight to you. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And you're building your business with God as your partner, as the real CEO of your business, of your life. And you are simply connecting with your spirit, channeling messages, and flowing with it. You listen to the guidance, and then you follow through. That's it. And you'll know as you follow your intuition more and more, you'll know if it's divinely guided or not. Right? All right. I know some of you said you just want to listen and receive. So yes, of course. That's very welcome. But if you want to share your wins and intentions in the chat, we have 2 hours together. So around 90 minutes to 2 hours more together. All right. So today's focus is Module 1, Introduction to Soulful Selling and Spiritual Entrepreneurship. And we're going deep today, so please grab your journal and pen and maybe light a candle if that is your spiritual practice. I have a candle in the background. I don't know if you see it, but I have it somewhere there. There, see that? I have a candle in the middle of the table. I always, as much as I can, I light the candle whenever I have a session, a master class, a specific intention. Because this is module 1, so this is big. This is the start of our journey together. And yeah, so let's start with what stage of soulful business are you at? Then we'll move to the 4 levels of consciousness: to me, by me, through me, and as me. And then I'll discuss about money mindset and mindful marketing for healers and coaches and entrepreneurs. But we will go deeper on the money mindset and mindful marketing on modules 8 onwards. Yeah, 8 onwards. But these are interwoven in the whole course. And before we can talk about strategy, oh, I see your responses. Keep them coming. I'll be reading them all together later. Thank you so much. Your wins and intentions for this week and beyond. I do my weekly ritual every Friday, actually. So I implore you, I ask you to send me your intentions every Friday so I can include them in my prayers. As part of this VIP mastermind, I'm energetically holding you and your intentions. So before we can talk about strategy, before we can talk about selling, before we can talk about anything else, we have to get really aware and honest about where you actually are right now. Not where you wish you were, not where you think you should be by now, or not according to somebody else's timeline, or not filtering the reality, but where you actually are. I want you to picture your soulful business as having stages, like having seasons. And yeah, I want you to share in the chat whenever you're ready. Almost like the way a garden grows. Of course, there's the seed stage where you have the calling, but you have not fully claimed it out yet. You have not claimed it out loud yet. Or maybe you know you're meant to heal people, teach people, coach people, but you have not said the words out loud to anyone but yourself or to me. I have students like that who are still in their daytime job and they don't have that courage yet to speak out loud about their calling, their purpose, their mission. And there is the sprouting stage where you're testing, you're offering things quietly, maybe to friends, maybe for free. Maybe you're still underpricing deeply. Maybe you're still building your own belief before you can ask others to believe in you. And there's the growing stage where you have some clients, you have some testimonials, you have some proof that what you're doing is working, but you're still inconsistent, still unsure if this can actually sustain you financially. You're still wondering in the back of your mind if you should have a backup plan. And of course, there's the flourishing stage where you have systems, you have confidence, you have a signature offer that you know works, and you're operating from overflow instead of scarcity, giving from a full cup rather than an empty cup. So again, let me repeat, are you in the seed stage where you have the calling that there's so much more to this, you want to have a soulful business, but you have not fully claimed it out yet? You know, you can teach people, you can heal, but you have not said it to anyone else. You have not made an offer. You don't have the Instagram page or platform yet for your healing business. Or are you in the sprouting stage where you're just testing, you're still underpricing, you're offering things a bit quietly, you're not promoting out loud, but just to friends, maybe a lot for free? Or are you the growing where you have clients, you have testimonials, you have proof, but still unsure, still inconsistent. Let me see the chat. I feel you're in the flourishing stage, Leanna. Definitely. Yeah, I do feel you are. I mean, before I met you, maybe you're in the growing stage, but definitely, in terms of your mindset and beliefs, you're in the flourishing stage. I 100% feel you are in the flourishing stage. You already have testimonials, and you're operating from overflow instead of scarcity, and you have a signature coaching program that you know works. So maybe in the beginning of your flourishing stage, I strongly feel that. I am actually also in the beginning of my flourishing stage, because you have systems, like you have the Instagram, you know how to do ads there. You have systems already, right? So that's what I believe. So please share. Are you a seed? Are you sprouting? Are you growing? Are you flourishing? Let me read the chat. Intention. To narrow down what I want to focus on for my new coaching program. I tend to have a lot of ideas and want to tackle a number of concepts. So my goal is to make the program coherent. Love it! It is done. It is complete. It is fulfilled. You're very brilliant, Leanna, and just like me, I have to insert myself there. I have the same concern. Have a lot of ideas. Yeah, want to tackle a number of concepts. So one step at a time. Like I see you coming up with more flagship programs as well. Like me, I started with Reiki. Even though I want to teach other things, I focus on Reiki first. Reiki Master Apprenticeship. And then when I did my second batch of Reiki Master Apprenticeship, I created the life coaching certification training program. Spiritual life coaching, not just life coaching, but focusing on the spiritual laws of the universe and NLP. And then after my second batch of life coaching certification training program, I created my successful Soulful CEO VIP mastermind. But again, you can do it simultaneously. There's no rules. I started my Reiki Master Apprenticeship. I was also doing my mini workshops, Awakening Your Goddess workshops. So I was doing it side by side. Honest, I have always been teaching goddess classes. So last year, I finally created the Divine Goddess Creatrix Empowerment and Embodiment Mastermind. I have been teaching Goddess Awakening since I started my journey, since I volunteered to be one of the teachers for. So I studied Theta healing and some feng shui and some crystal healing work in Third Eye Wellness, BGC, Bonifacio Global City, Philippines. And I have teachers there. They're Indians and their cousins. And then I just received a divine download to I just received a divine download to offer them. I want to teach during the pandemic. I want to teach to your students, and then we can share 50-50. So 50% of the proceeds will come to you and 50% will be for me. We'll share the proceeds. And they said yes. I offered myself. And that's when I started earning from my breathwork coaching mini workshops. At that time, it was very, very affordable, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 pesos, like that. Very, very affordable mini workshops. The Awakening Your Inner Goddess, Body Love, Self-Love workshops. Ho'oponopono! I met Denise in that. Hello, welcome, my love, Denise. Dee is here. I met her in that workshop during the pandemic. And now she's one of my Soulmate sisters, private clients, and also, of course, collaborators. And yeah, I consider you as one of my partners in life. So we met way back in the pandemic. And how did I meet? How did that happen? because I listened to the spirit guidance, which is, you know what, Aleli? Write an email and text to your teachers who own Third Eye Wellness. And since it's the pandemic, educational growth when it comes to personal development and spirituality, it's in demand right now. So I listened to that and I followed through. I had the guts, the courage, the confidence, and it was a win-win. It's like, of course they want more money, right? Of course. And they were earning from my courses as well, even if like I was the one who brings people in, like my friends, my classmates as well. And then they get 50% of the proceeds of in the workshop. Like there was one time I remember it was like 7 people attended for 3,000 pesos. So it's like 21,000. Is my math correct? Yeah, 21,000 divided by 2. And for me, that's a lot of money already because at that time I didn't know the possibility. So I started with that. I shamelessly offer my service to people who I feel are instrumental to my growth and who will be um, perfect collaborators at that specific stage of my life. And when I realized that I can do it on my own, then of course I started doing the workshops on my own under my empowerment life coaching, under my own business, my coaching business, especially when I moved to Dubai. And it's a long story, but I realized that there was a time when we were like more than a year into working with each other, when we were promoting collabs, only one will sign up and then it will not happen because we have a minimum number of students for the workshop to happen. But when I'm promoting it through my platform, more people will sign up. So at that time, I kind of knew the answer already, that it's time for me to grow on my own, right? So you'll know the answers as you go along. You can course correct along the way. But it was good. It was the best time for me to collaborate with them for growth. I mean, that's how I met some of my two of my first ever high-end clients. They enrolled in my Reiki Master Apprenticeship. And there was no conflict of interest because they were not offering Third Eye Wellness. I'm saying they were not offering Reiki Master Apprenticeship, and I was offering Reiki Master Apprenticeship. So two of my students who attended my mini workshops enrolled and attended my Reiki Master Apprenticeship, which is my first high-level signature coaching program. All right, so enough of the stories. I will share more. This was year 2021, by the way, 2021 to 2022. So let us read the responses. When, like what Aleli said, the demand comes before the supply. Oh, I love this so much. The demand comes before the supply. Yes, right? I'm so happy to see this. And I attracted at least 2 clients to align with the target audience of the new coaching program I'm developing. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. So excited. So excited. And yeah, I love the names of your signature coaching programs. Super love, especially Lumina. Lumina and then Luna. I mean, come on. It's just like divinely guided, and how you came up with, honestly, how you came up with even just the name, right? Lumina. It encompasses everything that's inside the richness and the depth of your program. And that's a gift. That's actually a gift. That's a gift. stage, growing. I already have some clients for Lumina, Spiritual Awakening Program. Congratulations. And I'm in the process of creating the sister program that focuses on personal empowerment. I also don't want to say the word yet because I want you to say it first before me. I love both of them. Sister program. I was thinking, are they cousins, sisters, brother, sisters, but the sister program. Yeah, definitely. I'm in the flourishing stage, yeah, in terms of mindset and beliefs. But in terms of 3D work, it's in the growing stage. I feel like you are flourishing, my love. Aliyah, I'm still in the growing stage. Yes, I feel that as well, especially with the with the underpricing aspect. I feel like you can still grow in that aspect, my love. And yeah, I'm here. I'm here to guide you. And I'm not pressuring you. I'm here guiding you at your not comfortable, at your pace that is sustainable for you. Cheryl, I'm a seed. Yeah, I agree, my love. It's because you have I also have other clients who are in the seed stage. Like some of them, I'm the only person. I'm the only person who knows the drive, the calling, but then they don't tell it to their friends or family or But once you create an Instagram page already on specifically for healing, or once you offer even just a pay what feels good offer, once you start allowing yourself to receive abundance exchange for your services, that's when you're already sprouting, and then you'll be growing and then flourishing. So I feel that we in this space, we are in several stages. I see 3 here in those who are enrolled who are in the seed stage. 2 are not in this live call, but they will be watching the replay. 1 is in the Philippines, 1 is in Australia, and 1 is in Scotland. I see who are the seeds here. And those moving, Hardev says, I'm moving from sprouting to growing now. Thanks a lot. Helping me out for changing my mindset to charge accordingly. I'm so proud of you, Hardev. Oh, Malaysia. I forgot the country Malaysia. I was mentioning India, where Nito and Sunil are. Hardev is in Malaysia. So now we are plugged in the consciousness of 5 countries: UAE, Malaysia, India, Philippines, Scotland, and Australia. 6 countries were plugged in the consciousness in this program. I'm so happy. Let's add one more. Japan. Thinking Japan will be there in this call. Japan will be here. And what else? Canada, France. Yeah, let's manifest more countries. Cheryl, I have done Reiki on some friends and family recently. Happy to do distance for free for any of you guys for practice. Yes, and it's required for your Reiki Master Apprenticeship. Well, not required, suggested. Encouraged. Yeah, I love this. For swaps, do this as like there's an energy exchange, which is swap. I encourage you, Cheryl, to do it with Leanna, if you're open. Very highly intuitive. Because I know you've done swaps with Patty already, right? If you're willing and I'll connect you with each other. Leanna said, I heard Leanna in my head before you said it. Yes, Cheryl is now in Scotland. Leanna is in the Philippines. And, Leanna, I don't know if I should say, but you're drawn, your energy, your soul is calling you to travel to Europe as well. I feel that. So yeah, please plug into each other's consciousness as we go along. And Cheryl is enrolled in the Reiki Master Apprenticeship. Leanna has her own master healing modality, and you're both highly intuitive. And I really feel you can both help each other in growing and evolving. So Cheryl is very acceptable to be in the seed stage, especially there's no one in your circle, who's really doing this I mean, you're a teacher. So as a teacher, you're already a healer, I feel. Teachers are healers, nurturers, coaches. Teachers are coaches. So that's why I'm here. That's why we found each other. That's why I'm so happy and excited because this is a new level. This is a new chapter, new level of upgrades, new level of upgrades. I want to repeat, new level of upgrades for everyone here. Leanna, happy to do an exchange. Yay! Yay, I'm so happy. Please do. Because Cheryl also reached out to me saying she misses that energy of, focusing on herself and growing again when it comes to spirituality and healing. And this is the perfect time. And you're plugged in the consciousness of goddesses here in this circle. After your healing swap, I'll be recommending your other classmates. But for now, I'm sensing, this is a time for you to connect. All right. So, congratulations, Hardev, for moving from sprouting to growing. And when you have the systems already, when you finish your signature coaching program landing page, wink, wink, but no rush, no pressure. Actually, there's a little bit of pressure there. Then you will be flourishing because you have systems already, I'm happy because we are in different stages of our Soulful business. And that means we can grow and evolve together. Hardev, yes, we will do wink, wink back. Yes. And you've grown so much. I mean, come on, when I met you 4 months ago, was it 5 months ago, in the millionaire mindset training seminar? We met in the millionaire mind training seminar. Amazing. You had no international clients back then. Now you have. Right? Millionaire Mind Intensive. Yeah. I surprised myself too. Who was the organizer for the MMI that you attended, Aleli? Oh, it's Hardev, would you please help me with that? Success resources, something like that. Yes, T. Ecker. Yes, correct. Exactly. Because I have the book. I actually have the book here. It's in my bag. The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Not Think and Grow Rich. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And I have weaved in a lot of T. Harv Eker teachings in this mastermind. Oh, I joined that back in 2015 or 2016. Oh my goodness. When it first started. Oh my gosh. You're so much more advanced than me. That was the time, 2015, 2016, when my dad introduced me to all of these, secrets of the millionaire mind and everything. And I wasn't paying attention, honestly. And now I finally paid attention after how many years? 10 years. Wow, Leanna. Whoa! Amazing. So just a commercial break. I met Hardev because there was a time there where there was an exercise where you have to create a poem or a song about what abundance is for you, or like an affirmation song. and I created the self-worth song. I composed and then I volunteered to sing in front of everyone. So they flashed my face on screen in Malaysia. And then everyone loved my performance. And then people started adding me on Instagram. And Hardev was one of the connections that I made on Instagram because I sang in that. I was singing online in the comfort of my home. And then my face was like broadcast live in the stage in Malaysia. Anyway, yes, you sang so beautiful. Thank you, my love. And because of that, I gained a lot of connections. Because I volunteered. I was so nervous. I'm like, if I'm if I'm my highest self right now. This happened in March, I believe, March or Feb, but early this year. Yeah, early this year. Feb, yeah, Feb. Because I joined again in March. I super loved it that I joined another batch in March. European chapter. And then I'm like, okay, I got it. I got all the teachings. I can implement this now. So I just a commercial break because I really want to say this. I want to share this. If I didn't volunteer, if I listened to my doubts, my fears, my worries, my what will they think about me, like I didn't even practice because it was so sudden and then I haven't sang in a long time. I had those fears. If I didn't sing in front of everyone, I wouldn't have met Hardev and some other friends that special people that I've met because of that, who still until now support me, follow me on my Instagram, message me every now and then. So yeah, I think I joined that MMI intensive to meet Hardev. Uh, I love you. All right. I also I also just love the fact that Leana, oh my gosh, you joined it way back in 2015, 2016. That's big. This is big. That shows how you are into personal development since way, way back, ahead of the game. You were ahead in the game. All right. So now we know. I want you to be honest. Those who have not yet shared, be honest. What stage of soulful business are you at? Because it's very important. Um, the goal is to arrive at the flourishing stage where I mentioned you have the systems. You know, in one of the webinars that I attended with the author of the answer, um, mm, the author of that. No, it's not that. Oh, no, 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 no. There was an author. Hold on. I have to quote properly. I attended a webinar with John Asaraf. John Asaraf. Let's see. John. Yes. This book. So I attended a webinar. I love, by the way, personal development books. And then there was someone who said, systems are actually there in your business to save yourself time, energy, and money. Isn't that so smart? System. Save yourself. Save yourself time, energy, and money. Wait, I'm typing it. So when you have the systems, shortcuts to working smarter that rather than harder, you are building processes that help you streamline your daily life, your business. I have some automations in my business. I have delegations. I have a team now. So when you have the systems in place and you have the confidence and you have the consistency, you have the commitment, and you have a signature coaching offer that really works. And for me, for example, this is the third batch of the Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind. So I really know it works. This is my third batch. And you're operating from overflow instead of scarcity when you're operating from abundance and not lack. You're operating from the mindset of infinite possibilities, and you're giving from a full cup rather than an empty cup. You're already flourishing. That is the aim of this mastermind. And I want to be honest with you about my own journey through these stages. And I'm being very honest. When I first started teaching, I was still working full-time, other jobs. I was working 4 full-time jobs. I'm not kidding. I was officially employed in Profirmation as a full-time English communication teacher. I was employed in Karma Yoga Dubai, where I teach every weekend. And I have no break. And I was also employed back then. This was 2021. I was employed as general manager in Empowerment Life Coaching. That's my business in Dubai. And I was also employed at that time. It was still online school as senior high school head teacher for 5-star Standard College. It's a family business that we had back then, which is now owned entirely by my aunt. But before, it was partnership with my brother. So I was employed in 4 different companies, and I was operating from 3 different time zones. I have students from France teaching English. I have students here in Dubai, and I have students in the Philippines. So I would wake up at 4 a.m. for my 8 a.m. class in the Philippines, because 8 a.m. in the Philippines is 4 a.m. We have a 4-hour difference. When my day ends in Dubai and Philippines, that's around 5 p.m. in the Philippines. So that would be 1 p.m. here. I would be coaching people when my teaching hours in the Philippines is finished. But then even after that, 5 p.m. in Dubai, I would still have slots for teaching my French students because it's not yet 5 p.m. because it's earlier time zone in France. So my point is I make it work so that my days are extended. I wake up at 4 a.m. and I end my day at around 9 p.m. in Dubai. It's so crazy. And then so that I can teach those who are in France, because it's still a little early there when it's 9 p.m. here. And then every weekend I would teach Reiki, crystal healing in Karma Yoga Dubai. I was operating from the hustle mindset still. I thought I was already spiritually aware, but I wasn't. And I have not fully claimed my God zone consciousness, that it can be easy. I'm not saying that you don't put in the hours, because you have to put in the hours, but you got to do it joyfully. And that's one of the Reiki principles. Just for today, I'm at peace. I trust. I'm grateful. I work joyfully. I am love. And so at first, I was in the seed and sprouting stage for a long time, offering sessions, a lot of free sessions as well. I was building my own confidence. I was doing it one client at a time. And then even long after I started my Reiki mastery, I was still giving a lot of free sessions. And then I officially registered my coaching business. That was 2021 in the UAE. And even after that, I would still be in the seed and sprouting stage, honestly. It was 2023 when I feel I was already growing and flourishing. But for a long time, since I started 2012, I started 2012, way back in 2012. Alan was my son. He was a really young boy when I started. I was in the seed and sprouting for a long time. And it's just recently when I was growing and flourishing. So yeah, I was deep in learning the Reiki training, yoga certification I earned in 2019, 3 weeks in at Sri Kali Ashram in Thailand, years and years of study before I felt ready to fully call myself a spiritual teacher out loud to the world. And I don't want you to delay in the way that I did. Look at Patty, for example. Patty has grown so much. She just started last year when we met. I was like, so proud of you, my dear. Just last year. And look at you now. Look at her now. You don't have to wait for so long. You don't have to. Look at Patty. Patty just started last year. But the thing is, you were a philosopher, you were already a spiritual teacher, you're already a manifestation coach, you're already a healer way back. All of you here. For thousands of years, for lifetimes. Cheryl, you've been a spiritual teacher for lifetimes. It didn't just start in this lifetime. Oh, it's your soul calling you again to what you already know. You just gotta remember. So, yeah. There's a lot to say about this, like growing and evolving. But one thing that I'm being guided to tell you is it's not about the number of followers that you have. And it's also not about the how many times you post daily. I had a coach before who told me I have to post 3 times a day. I did that for like 3 months. I was posting 1 to 3 times a day. And at that time, I think I had only just 2 paying clients. It's really not in the number of posts you do or if you have thousands of followers. It's really all about your capacity to hold. And in this journey of growth, it takes a lot of honesty and awareness and courage as well to do the next inspired action steps, to do the aligned action one step at a time, not 10 steps at a time, just one step at a time, just one step at a time. It can mean having a healing swap this week. It can mean offering your Reiki healing to a friend for free, but it's not for free because it's in exchange for dinner, in exchange for testimonial, in exchange for, you know, organizing something for you, or there has to be an energy exchange. It doesn't have to be money all the time. Before I had an energy exchange with someone who created my website. It doesn't have to be money. It can be service. It can be an X deal. And I want you to know that if you feel like you're still a seed or sprouting, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's actually something that you gotta honor and celebrate exactly as where you are right now in your business, and become aware of it, that okay, I'm here now, but my end goal, my end game, my highest vision is this. So always keep in mind that highest vision. What is your highest vision? That I'm growing and flourishing in my business. And that is the energy that I want you to instill in your body. I want to help you instill in your body, mind, spirit every single day of your life. Yes, so enough chica about chit chat about growth. Oh, one thing that I want to say. One more thing that's my angels are telling me to say. Um, the fastest way for you to grow is to not compare yourself with others. Yes, that's the fastest way for you to grow, is to not compare yourself with others. And the fastest way to talk yourself out of your own growth and becoming is comparison. So I repeat, the fastest way to talk yourself out of your own growth and becoming is comparison. And the fastest way to grow is to not compare yourself with others. So do not feel like you have to watch someone else's flourishing stage and compare, like, I should be there. You know, someone else's flourishing season does not cancel out your growing season. Like, I mean, there's no shame in any stage, and every flourishing tree was once a seed buried in the dark. And the seed, what did the seed do? It simply trusted the process and kept growing. The seed just trusted the process and kept growing. And as you grow, I would love for you to tend to your own inner soil. So your beliefs, your nervous system, your worthiness. So that when the harvest finally comes, you actually have the capacity to receive it fully instead of choking it out with the old fear the moment the harvest arrives. You gotta take root, meaning you gotta strengthen your roots. Just like what I shared in my reel, the bamboo. Um, First year, you don't know that it's growing. Second year, third year, fourth year, the fifth year, it grows up to 90 feet. Because during the first years, the bamboo was strengthening its roots. So, yeah, I want you to understand what that really means. You're preparing, you're growing, everything is working for you behind the scenes. You're working on yourself, your worthiness, your inner growth, and your capacity to hold, so that when it arrives, you're ready to have you have the capacity to hold, and you're ready to maintain it. You're ready, your vessel is ready to share as well, to keep, maintain, and share the blessings that are arriving. Yes, and the only real mistake, okay, the only real mistake that you can do is staying in a stage longer than your soul is asking you to, out of fear, out of playing small, out of waiting for permission. And these can be disguised as humility. You know, playing small can be disguised as humility or modesty or you don't want to shine your light fully because you're scared about what other people will say. You're scared if your parents will approve, or your husband will validate or allow you or give you permission. Yes, so again, the only real mistake is staying in a stage longer than your soul is asking you to. And so I want you to journal on this right now. Which stage am I actually in? And what is the one honest, aligned next step from here? I repeat, which stage am I actually in? And what is the one honest, aligned next step from here? If you can share in the chat, what is the one honest, aligned next step from here? I would appreciate that. For Hardev, it is finishing the signature coaching program. Hardev, I wanted to share something dear to my heart today. I got now from my client, his son who's 6 years old and has autism, which I did healing in Feb, March. Is improving with his speech. He's communicating quite well. Aww. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Congratulations. This is a win. I love how you share wins. Whenever I ask you for a win, you actually share the wins of your clients. I have observed that a lot from you, Hardev. Like when there was a client who finally got their visa or citizenship. I remember that. You remember that? After years and years of applying. And you share that as a win. I love that you consider the wins of your clients as your win, because that is actually a win. For me also, like I pray, and then when I thank God, I'm like, thank you, Lord, thank you, God, that, for example, Liana finally finished her signature coaching program, or Patty's partner is now an esteemed, like a well-respected member of the Rotary Club, or Denise finally attracted more yoga clients, or the success of these international retreat, right? I pray and I thank God for those. And for example, Aliyah and I had that goddess gathering. So I was, whenever I pray, I include that in my prayers. And I want you to do the same. Include your clients, your sisters, your collaborators. Include them in your prayers and your gratitude list. Just like how Hardev is doing in our calls. Hardev, PR in Australia. Yes, correct. That's what happened. I remember you sharing that in one of our calls. Leanna, my aligned next step is solidifying, love it, my signature coaching program. Yes, easy. Also for Hardev. Thank you for sharing, my love. Whew. All right. So the 4 levels of consciousness, the ego to soul map. I have taught this so many times that I feel that you've heard this from me so many times already, but I'm here again teaching it in another way and form, and style and flavor. And this teaching is one of the most important frameworks I will ever give you. This is not mine, but the way I teach is of course mine. Honestly, all of the things that we're teaching, it's not ours. It's everything is universal wisdom. That's why I don't really believe in like copyright, like, I mean, that's me, huh? I know we all have our own stand with this, but like I'm super lenient and open in you using my slides. I don't care at all, because I have teachers who really are strict about it, like you cannot use my slides, something like that. But I'm very happy if you will use, the text in my slides, or like you don't even need to quote me or anything. My point is, everything that we're teaching is based on universal wisdom, but the way we teach it, the way, our intonation, our energy, the way we connect with our promised people, that is uniquely yours. Like, I have a teacher, and no matter how much I love the teacher, the manifesting coach that I have, you will not learn from her the same way that you learn from me. Or you will have your own student, and no matter how much you learn from me, I could not teach or heal or read for your own private clients the way you do for them. We can have common teachers, we can have common suppliers, teachers, classmates. But my point is, your own flavor and concoction is uniquely yours, are uniquely yours, and your gifts are uniquely yours. And there's no competition here. And so this framework has been taught by so many teachers that I don't even know who was the first ever who taught this. I thought it was first taught by Michael Beckwith, but then another teacher named Lenka Lutonska claimed it's her teaching. So honestly, it has been taught, and then Anna Kitney is also teaching this. So it has been taught by so many teachers. And then I've just connected it to the framework, the ego to soul map. I just simplified it to make it easy for everyone to understand. And this teaching is one of the most important frameworks I'll ever give you. It comes from the work that I've taught across the life coaching certification training, the Goddess Creatrix Mastermind. And I want you to notice this framework in your own life, in your own days, in your own business operations. So there are 4 levels of consciousness that most people move through, and often without realizing which one they're living in. And most of us do not live in only one level all the time. We move between and among them, depending on the situation, depending on our nervous system, depending on how rested we are, depending on how triggered we are that day. But the lowest level of consciousness is the to me consciousness. This is pure ego consciousness. The goal is to recalibrate back to full soul consciousness. But I'm just telling you where we began. I was also in to me consciousness. Everything's happening to you, victim mindset, the world happening against you, and you have no power over it. Life is happening to you at this level, and you have no power over circumstances. You blame, for example, the market or your husband or your partner or a client who ghosts you, or you say, I can't because people are flaky, or they're not willing to learn, or they don't have the money right now, so why will I offer anyway? Business is just hard right now. During the pandemic, people were either in the to me consciousness or ask me consciousness, or growing into ask me consciousness. And a lot of business would say, it's the pandemic, so why will I even set up a business? But honestly, our business flourished so much during the pandemic. Our senior high school online school flourished so much in the pandemic. When we shifted from in-person to online classes, we got an online course platform, and then logically speaking, it's something very new, because so we have a senior high school, and culinary school, and they were very traditional. Like my aunt and my uncle, they're very traditional. And then it was me and my brother who introduced modern technology, like the online schooling and everything. And it worked. So logically, it didn't make sense to them, the original board of directors. But then when we explained that this is how it is right now, this is how we will flourish, then yeah, we grew to, like, we were earning millions during that time as a team. Of course, we will um distribute the proceeds to all of us board of directors. But my point is, we didn't allow the pandemic to stop us. Yeah, so we moved from to me consciousness, and I think we were in the by me through me consciousness at that time. So when you are in the to me consciousness, it's because the economy is difficult, the algorithm hates me, I'm not lucky, all of that. Okay, cancel, cancel, delete, delete, erase, erase. I don't like saying negative words, so yeah, it's the mindset of victim consciousness. It's because my partner wouldn't allow me. It's because this friend did it to my partner. You know, it's like you blame everyone else. And you're like a passive character in your own story. And everything outside of you becomes responsible for your circumstance, for what you're not receiving and what you're doing. So just think about how much of your inner dialogue can still be sounding like this, and be honest with yourself. Not um not harsh or hard with yourself, but just honest with yourself. If you're if there's still parts of you, if there are still parts of you in the to me consciousness. Next, by me consciousness. This is empowered ego. Still ego, but a more active version of the ego. You start taking responsibility. You realize that, oh, wow, my actions actually shape my results. So you start showing up more, posting more, following the systems you're taught, doing the work with your own two hands. And this is important. This is necessary. This is where discipline gets built, and relentlessness, and this is where you're focused on hard work. And so it becomes exhausting over time, because at this level, it's still coming from your own limited effort. Everything, all that you're doing is you, just you alone. You're forcing outcomes through hard work, through sheer effort, willpower, and hustle. And many of us have been living almost entirely in by me consciousness for years and years, including me. And the exhaustion, the burnout that you're feeling is not because you are failing in your life, but it's because you are trying to hustle so hard beyond your means, and you're trying to carry all the burden, not knowing that God is your partner. So if it's really meant to be, then it's meant to be. And if it's not meant to be, then it's not. We gotta accept that. You just gotta surrender. You do your aligned action, inspired action, work joyfully, and then surrender. Through me consciousness. So now soul begins to override ego for the very first time. You begin to understand that you're a channel, you're a vessel. The gifts that you carry, the words that come out of your mouth in a healing session, the wisdom that flows through you when you're teaching or coaching or healing, none of those gifts, none of those wisdom is purely yours. It is moving through you from something greater than your small ego self. Remember our daily mantra, I always say, I'm highly intuitive and deeply grounded, and I have absolute faith and certainty that all the answers come to me through the divine wisdom flowing through me. So that's one of our daily mantras. Divine wisdom is flowing through you. Source is working through you. And like right now, the exact right words that are coming out in my mouth, I don't really plan this. These are words that are landing, coming through, because it is not just me speaking. Spirit is speaking through me. So the moment you open your mouth to teach, something will take over you. The right words will arrive exactly when they're needed, and it will land exactly where it needs to land. That is through me consciousness. As spiritual teachers, we have to understand this. Many of you already know this feeling. Many of you already know this well. The feeling of being a channel of the words flowing through you. Some people here are practicing light language. I mean, Saz is not here. Remember our light language healing circle with Saz. But yeah, she's enrolled in this VIP mastermind. She's a channel for light language, and Leanna as well. So that's through me consciousness. And we are vessels. And this is the time to be a vessel that receives light before you can properly transmit the light. Because a vessel that refuses to receive fully out of fear or unworthiness cannot transmit the light fully either. You cannot pour through you what you have not first allowed to fill you. You got to allow the light to fill you first, and then you can pour out the light through you. Now, ask me, this is the full soul consciousness. The complete shape shift from ego finally settling into place. And at this level, you're no longer separate from the identity you're stepping into. You do not just have occasional moments where inspiration flows through you. You're actually the healer, the teacher, the CEO. You are fully embodying your highest consciousness. You're no longer separate. You're always connected to your highest, fullest self. Your business stops feeling like you're forcing something into existence. You're breathing through working joyfully now. Consciousness moves in layers from separation to full union, and your business simply reflects whichever layer you're currently living from. Your client list, your income, your visibility, none of it is separate from your consciousness. It is the mirror of your consciousness. I repeat, consciousness moves in layers from separation to full union, from ego to soul, and your business simply reflects whichever layer you're currently living from. And most people spend their lives stuck to me, occasionally visiting by me consciousness. I want you to reflect honestly and take your time with this. Where do you spend most of your days? What would it take to live as the divine creator of all that is, even for one full day for this week? Sample answer can be, I spend most of my days in by me, forcing outcomes through effort and hustle. To live as me for one day, I would speak price and show up as though I already am the CEO and COO I am becoming without waiting for external proof first. So, how is it like to be the divine creator of all that is? How does it really look like in real life? Not just in theory. For me, in Soulful Business, it looks like you don't have any tinge of shame or apology attached to offering your services. That is for me as me or highest consciousness. You send your prices, you send your offers without apology, without shame, without guilt. Because you already know that the transformation that you're offering is worth every single cent, that it's actually worth millions. It's priceless. The transformation that you're offering is worth so much more. Your $1 million ideas, your energy, it's priceless. It's worth millions of dollars. How do you really feel? How do you show up when you know deep in your heart, in your bones, in every single cell of your body, that what you're providing is worth millions of dollars and so much more? I know manifestation coaches who would charge $1 million a month. And that's honestly, this is happening. And how do they get there? They made peace with money. They became peaceful and so confident and unapologetic. As me consciousness, or the highest consciousness, also looks like when a client says no. I'm burping. When a client says no to your offer, you're feeling completely unshaken. You're just unshaken. Because your value was never actually decided by whether they say yes or no. That's highest consciousness. Highest consciousness also looks like resting on a slow week without spiraling into fear, knowing that, okay, no one is signing up. Okay, then what's the lesson here? Then I'm supposed to be resting. No one's signing up, so I should rest instead. Instead of lowering your prices so that someone will sign up. I have a client, I was talking to one of my clients lately, and she said, I was tempted to lower my rates. I was like, why? And she said, because if I don't lower my rates, I fear that no one will sign up. And I'm like, then it's better if no one signs up, then you can do other things instead of having that resentment again after, because we experienced it before, after giving the service, and then you feel like you're drained and exhausted and you've overgiven and you end up having resentment for that client. It's all in all, it will become a withdrawal from your emotional bank account instead of a deposit, even though you ask for a little money in exchange or abundance exchange. But if you end up having resentment for the person that you served out of fear that no one will sign up, is that worth it? So I made her realize that, and she's like, oh my God, you're right. I have so many other things to do. I have so many things better that I can do. So many better things to do. I have so many better things to do. I have so much activities that I can do. Like my children are longing for attention, you know, other creative projects. So it means resting on a slow week without spiraling into fear. Because you know deep in your heart that God, the CEO of the universe, will never ever forget to provide for you. That you're always provided for no matter what, and you're always divinely guided. And there's this teaching in Neville Goddard's teachings, the book Power of Awareness, that says, our assumptions held long enough and felt deeply enough eventually harden into fact. That is why living as the highest identity, even before you have the external evidence, is not pretending. It is the actual mechanism of creation itself. It's good to be delusional because delusional means you're actually creating it. All right, now let's move to our last piece of last golden nugget of wisdom, last piece of teaching for this module. And again, we'll go even deeper in money mindset and mindful marketing in the succeeding modules, module 7, 8 onwards. This is where the real resistance lives. The resistance lives in the ego, never in the soul. Because God is an abundant God. And your soul has never once been afraid of abundance. Your ego is the one clutching, the one hiding, the one apologizing, the one attracting all these negative circumstances where suddenly you need to have this amount of money coming from nowhere. Like suddenly you have a problem about money with that was not existent in the beginning because you still haven't learned the lesson. And what is the lesson? This is something that only you can answer, and I'm here to help you. But honestly, you gotta reflect on your money wounds. And I respect and honor your pacing on these, on how you heal your money wounds. But it's honestly, I'm also here to heal you, give you positive reinforcements and activation. But it's really you who had to heal your wounds, just like how I had to heal my own money wounds before I could ever teach anyone else to receive. And how did I heal myself? It's just continuous aligned action. Aligned action, aligned action. Decisions are portals. Decisions are portals to healing. When I hired my first coach, when I invested in the life coaching program, when I offered my first high ticket program, my first signature coaching program that is not based on hourly rate. Honestly, it started when I first asked for Abundance Exchange. It was $20 for a 1 hour healing session, Reiki healing session. And then I had to grow from there. And I had to recalibrate my own nervous system around receiving. In my own journey, I lived it, I breathed, I wept through this healing work. I was functioning from fear in the beginning. I had a lot of moments when I ended up undercharging out of fear. I was questioning whether I deserved to charge what I was worth. I was I was also feeling a lot of guilt and moments of resentment after overgiving, as well as feeling like a fraud for wanting both spiritual depth and financial abundance at the same time. Because we were programmed to believe that you cannot be spiritual and wealthy at the same time. So I was resisting. I was like, wait, is that really the truth? That's not my highest truth. Is that really the truth? That I cannot be wealthy and abundant at the same time? Really? I had to battle with my own belief system. I mean, how can I provide for my son if, how can I even teach about abundance if I'm not abundant? And so many of us in this healing and coaching space carry what I call the poor healer syndrome. You can be rich in other aspects, like you can travel the world and, accept your high salary from a really prestigious job. But when it comes to healing and teaching and reading and coaching others, somehow we feel like we don't deserve it. We don't deserve because we're not enough. Or it's because, of course, somewhere along the way, we absorb the belief that spiritual work and financial abundance cannot coexist. That charging well for our gifts somehow make us less pure, less spiritual, less devoted, less holy than a healer who gives everything for free, than a healer who is in poverty or who barely scrapes by in life. How can that poor healer be more holy? I cannot understand that programming, but like right now, I cannot understand why we were programmed to believe that way. Well, of course, deep inside, I know it's because of false lies from society. But that's not the truth. I had that wound. I had deep wounds about money, about charging for my services. That's why from 2012 to 2019, 2012 to 2019, I repeat, 2012, when I first got my first Reiki level 1 certification, when I first practiced yoga, when I first started as a practitioner, I was charging nothing. I was doing everything for free from 2012 to 2019. It was just in 2019 when I finally listened to the calling of my angels and the spirit and my highest self to finally offer my services. And my first ever client, paying client, was the mother of one of my law school best friends. If I didn't broadcast to Facebook, to my personal profile, that I am now a Reiki healing practitioner, I wouldn't have gotten that abundance exchange. So I want to just share this learning. There's nothing sacred about staying small or staying broke while trying to help others heal and evolve and grow. Staying broke often means you eventually resent the very clients you set out to serve. the very clients you want to heal. Because you cannot pour from an empty vessel forever without cracking that vessel. You'll end up heartbroken if you keep on giving and giving and not receiving. I'm not saying that we shouldn't give flexible installment plans or, discounts, massive discounts. If your soul is guiding you to do it, give those massive discounts, scholarship rates. But you gotta have that peg or the abundance exchange that you feel you're worthy of. Your abundance actually becomes proof or evidence for your clients that healing work and financial overflow can coexist. That they too can be spiritual and wealthy, devoted and prosperous, generous and well compensated. Real prosperity and real peace were always meant to coexist together. I repeat, real prosperity and real peace were always meant to coexist together. That's why when I bless you, I always say peace and prosperity, because prosperity without peace is nothing. And you cannot be peaceful if you're not prosperous, if you have lack. If your wealth is making you feel anxious or ashamed or not peaceful, that is not prosperity. And again, the belief that we do not deserve to receive is often not originally yours. It's often not originally ours. Again, generational trauma, family, programming, your parents, caregivers who are implanting limiting beliefs on you, early childhood programming have installed a cap or an upper limit on what we believe we deserve, or in what ways can we receive. Long before we had the discernment to know about highest consciousness, about what is God's highest perspective and understanding of abundance and infinite blessings and unlimited, infinite possibilities. We were programmed to believe. So right now, and we will be diving deep in the modules that follow, but think about the money conversations that you overheard as a child, about the expressions at dinner time or whenever the bills arrive, or the tension that you experienced growing up when money was discussed, or just the subtle messages when it comes to money being evil, or you cannot be spiritual and wealthy at the same time, or you can only grow and be rich with traditional careers, or you should always be saving money, not celebrating. You shouldn't invest so much on yourself because you have to save for the rainy day, or all of this. That wanting more is greedy, that people will like you less when you're not wealthy. That's another belief system that I had. Or that, this is big, or that money, wealth, abundance, prosperity is just for others, not us. Like, okay, we're a third world country. This is for third world countries. People like us do not become wealthy. People like us cannot afford that. None of that was the truth. It was simply the environment or the country or the upbringing that you were born in. It was simply the programming you absorbed, because at that time you had no tools to question it if it's highest truth or not. I had the limiting belief of, you can share, by the way, if you're willing, like what are these limiting beliefs and money stories that you were taught that you're now willing to let go of, or yet you have maybe released already in our work together. For me, it's, I'm afraid to lose money. Like, I'm so afraid to lose money. I also had this belief that I do not want to have so much money because maybe, yeah, I'll end up losing it, or someone taking it away from me, like that. I had that belief, which is so weird. And I didn't believe in investing in myself because no one taught me that in my family. We were always taught to believe you have to work hard, no pain, no gain. You got to do the traditional corporate job. And the biggest one for me is that you cannot be spiritual and wealthy at the same time. That's biggest for me. And I'm having throat issues as I say this. So many of us have spiritual gifts, and we have buried that out of fear that people will judge us. But the only way that we will multiply and amplify our gifts is if we share them, if we put them to use instead of hiding or under the guise of protecting yourself out of fear or anxiety, or yeah, fear of success, fear of judgment, fear of visibility. And yeah, so I want you to, let me just present my slides once again. Yeah, I just want you to reflect on that, on those teachings for today that I've shared with you. I want you to reflect on, what's keeping you from really earning abundantly from this work. And from now onwards, I have said this last meeting, be very careful of the words that you speak, because your very words are your wand. You form your world through what you speak. So that's why I share all the declarations that we have vibrated last time. Maybe you can say right now, money is my lover. Money flows to me in increasing amounts and growing quantities on a continuous basis. Money comes to me, flows to me from multiple directions. So I want you to say it with love. And I receive $1,000,000 ideas and I implement them with ease. Yeah, we did the daily mantras last time. We're also gonna do on Monday. On Monday, we have more abundance activation. So please join our monthly community coaching call. I want you to know that every word that you're saying is casting a spell. So we're either casting the exact spell for what we want or for what we don't actually want. So be very careful. Notice your own money language this week, and gently, lovingly start wanding something different. Wanding, that's a verb. Start, speaking words that are more magical spells than curses. And there is an old teaching that says the invisible forces are always working on behalf of those who understand how to work with the invisible forces, and quietly working against those who do not yet understand the game of life. And again, this is one of the spiritual laws of the universe. The law of vibration. Your words are your wand. Every word that you vibrate is a spell that you're casting. So, I also want to talk about the number one belief blocking miracles and financial prosperity is the subconscious feeling of not deserving to receive. And that's why in this mastermind, in this container, we are expanding your energetic capacity to receive. And the work is expanding your spiritual vessel to be open, willing, and available to receive infinite, unlimited blessings now. Would you like that? Say yes. It's done. It's complete. It's fulfilled. So be it. And so it is. The work is expanding your spiritual vessel to expand, to be willing, open, and available to receive infinite, unlimited blessings now. You're expanding your spiritual vessel to receive the highest level of love and the greatest abundance. And as I end this, I want to share also that in mindful marketing, it's about greeting the day with love and loving every person equally, regardless of whether they buy. Selling done from love. It's not manipulation. It's selling that is medicine and loving service when done from pure love frequency. And this is what this course, this program is all about. Now that you are Reiki practitioners, you are life coaches, you're energy healers, and professional oracle readers, it's the time for you to sell, to offer your services. And mindful marketing means you market from soul, from ask me consciousness, from highest consciousness, not from ego pushing and forcing. And marketing is simply an extension of your money mindset. If you believe you are a burden when you want to promote yourself, then your marketing will reflect that. Will feel apologetic, will feel hesitant, small. But if you believe your work is genuinely valuable, if you believe in yourself and your work and the value that you provide, your marketing becomes an act of pure loving service. It's not an act of desperation or manipulation, but it becomes so generous, and you will reach your promised people in the fastest, easiest, and highest and best way possible. And mindful marketing is marketing from soul, not from ego, pushing and forcing and hoping, but you're marketing from soul. I want to ask you these 3 journal prompts as we end. Again, you can continue later. You can share in the chat. You can share in our WhatsApp group chat. So number 1, what is one belief about money I inherited that was never actually mine to carry? For example, I inherited the belief that wanting more money makes you greedy, and I'm learning that receiving generously for genuine transformation is a fair and honest energy exchange. If someone can help me send this to our group chat, that would be amazing. What is one belief about money I inherited that was never actually mine to carry? It's number 1. It's your homework, sacred homework. And next is, what is one way I have been marketing from apology instead of from pure love, frequency, and loving service? I've been hiding my actual offers behind vague posts instead of speaking clearly about how I can help. Because clarity has felt too exposing, I have been allowing my visibility fears and shame in selling rule over me. And now it's time to transcend these upper limits so I can reach more potential clients, or so that my promised people will know, like, and trust me. And if someone can also send this to our WhatsApp group chat, please kindly do so. Thank you so much. And if you can also share in our, yeah. Oh, it's 11:11 in the Philippines. I'm going to take a picture. Smile. Yay. Thank you for your hearts. Yay. Love it. It's 11:11 in my clock because I haven't adjusted my laptop yet. So, had to pause for that picture. Number 3, if someone also can please share to the chat. Hardev, Aliyah, Patty. Anyone, please share in the chat. If I were already fully operating as my highest fullest self, the CEO and COO God designed me to be, what would I stop doing today, and what would I finally give myself permission to do? Yeah, so these are your 3 journal questions for the week. And I've asked this before last week already. I just repeated it. I would stop checking my messages obsessively. I would finally give myself permission to rest without guilt, trusting my business is still supported even while I sleep. Yes, so please answer that. And yeah, before the closing declaration or mantra, I want you to know that mindful marketing means you're marketing from the mind, body, heart, and soul. Okay, it's just a term that we're using. Energetic selling, mindful marketing, and energetic selling. But it means you're marketing from your mind, body, heart, and soul. And you're sharing because you know someone out there needs exactly what you have to offer. Let me speak these words straight from my heart. You share because you know someone, you share because you know that someone out there needs exactly what you have to offer. Just like how I'm serving each and every one of you, I wouldn't have known you if I didn't offer, if I didn't show up online, if I didn't believe in the calling of the spirit of my higher self to live in alignment with my purpose. You share because you know someone out there needs exactly what you have to offer and is just staying quiet about it, or just would need you to show up so he or she can find you. And so you also know that not sharing or staying quiet about your gifts or hiding your gifts actually will be doing your promised people a disservice. You're withholding your gift. You're withholding your medicine from someone who is so thirsty for it. If you think of it that way, then you'll share, you'll act accordingly. If you really believe that. And again, selling from love is not manipulation. It's selling done from love is medicine and loving service. And it's not desperation for the sale. You offer, and if it's a yes, then celebrate. If it's a no, it's all right. you can focus your energy elsewhere, or it's not. A no can be a not yet. I have clients who have offered like the spiritual awakening program months before and just enrolled this month or last month. I had a client who I've known since the pandemic and just enrolled in my high ticket flagship program 5 years after, in 2025. So it's either a yes, not yet, or there's something even better for you. This or something better, or not yet, or yes. Those are the three answers. Oh, my light stopped already, so that means I have to. I bought this mini light that I use. Yeah, I have to charge it. So if there's any questions, light bulb moments, please share. I would love to hear your light bulb moments for this module. When you're coming from pure love frequency, not desperation, not chasing, it will be easier for people to say yes to you if you're coming from pure belief in yourself. And again, I would love to end with the quote from the greatest salesman in the world, Scroll Mark II. I will greet this day with love in my heart. It's a book by Ogmandino. It's an old book. The title is The Greatest Salesman in the World. And it says here in the quote, I will greet this day with love in my heart, for this is the secret weapon behind every great success. I will love the sun that warms me and the rain that cleanses me. I will love the light that guides me and the darkness that teaches me. And I will love the beggar as fully as I love the king, for both are equally precious. So I will greet this day with love in my heart, for this is the secret weapon behind every success. I will read it straight from the book. If you can grab yourself a copy, because it's just very thin. The Greatest Salesman in the World. I have it in my books that are being shipped right now. Salesman in the World. So I have a collection of books that I'm shipping to the Philippines right now. And it's one of those books, The Greatest Salesman in the World. I will greet this day with love in my heart. I will greet you with love in my heart. There. I wanna read this to you. For this is the greatest secret of success in all ventures. Wait, I'll present it so that everyone. It just popped in my head that I would love to share this with you now. This. I will greet this day with love in my heart, for this is the greatest secret of success in all ventures. Muscle can split a shield and even destroy life, but only the unseen power of love can open the hearts of people. And until I master this art, I will remain no more than a peddler in the marketplace. I will make love my greatest weapon, and none on whom I call can defend against its force. My reasoning they may counter, my speech they may distrust. My apparel they may disapprove, my face they may reject, and even my bargains may cause them suspicion. Yet my love will melt all hearts, likened to the sun whose rays soften the coldest clay. I will greet this day with love in my heart. And how will I do this? Henceforth will I look on all things with love, and I will be born again. I will love the sun, for it warms my bones, yet I will love the rain, for it cleanses my spirit. I will love the light, for it shows me the way, yet I will love the darkness, for it shows me the stars. I will welcome happiness, for it enlarges my heart, yet I will endure sadness, for it opens my soul. I will acknowledge rewards, for they are my due, yet I will welcome obstacles, for they are my challenge. I will greet this day with love in my heart. And how will I speak? I will laud mine enemies, and they will become friends. I will encourage my friends, and they will become brothers and sisters. Always will I dig for reasons to applaud, never will I scratch for excuses to gossip. When I'm tempted to criticize, I will bite on my tongue. When I'm moved to praise, I will shout from the roofs. Is it not so the birds, the wind, the sea, and all nature speaks with the music of praise for their creator? Cannot I speak with the same music to his children? Henceforth will I remember the secret, and it will change my life. I will greet this day with love in my heart. And how will I act? I will love all manners of people, for each has qualities to be admired, even though they be hidden. With love, I will tear down the wall of suspicion and hate, which they have built round their hearts. In its place will I build bridges, so that my love may enter their souls. I will love the ambitious, for they can inspire me. I will love the failures, for they can teach me. I will love the kings, for they are but human. I will love the meek, for they are divine. I will love the rich, for they are yet lonely. I will love the poor, for they are so many. I will love the young for the faith they hold. I will love the old for the wisdom they share. I will love the beautiful for their eyes of sadness. I will love the ugly for their souls of peace. I will greet this day with love in my heart. But how will I react to the actions of others? With love. For just as love is my weapon to open the hearts of people, love is also my shield to repulse the arrows of hate and the spears of anger. Adversity and discouragement will beat against my new shield and become as the softest of rains. My shield will protect me in the marketplace and sustain me when I'm alone. It will uplift me in moments of despair, yet it will calm me in time of exaltation. It will become stronger and more protective with use until one day I will cast it aside and walk unencumbered among all manners of people. And when I do, my name will be raised high on the pyramid of life. I will read the last line. Henceforth will I love all humankind. From this moment, all hate is let from my veins, for I have not time to hate, only time to love. From this moment, I take the first step required to become a man among men. If I have no other qualities, I can succeed with love alone. Without it, I will fail, though I possess all the knowledge and skills of the world. I will greet this day with love, and I will succeed. I just had to share that to everyone, and it's so beautiful, right? So let us close with our closing declaration and healing mantra. Place your hand on your heart and say this with me. I am deeply valued and fully supported. I am the COO of my life, and God is my CEO. I be first. I do from that place, and everything I have is the evidence of who I already am. I'm safe to receive. I'm safe to be seen. I'm self to be wealthy, whole, and free. It is done. It is complete. It is fulfilled. So be it. And so it is. Whew, we made it. Again, our coaching calls are around 2.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours. So just sharing the key takeaways in module 1, especially the ego to soul map, moving from ego to highest consciousness, and your business is a mirror of whichever layer of consciousness you're living from. We are releasing the poor healer syndrome as we go along. We release it already. We'll be releasing more if there are remnants. And we anchored into greeting the day with love and loving every person equally, regardless of whether they buy. Greeting every day with love in your heart. Please feel free to drop in the chat your own light bulb moment from today. And here's a preview of module 2. It's all about your soul purpose, personal branding, communicating your divine soul gifts, discovering your big why, personal core values, passions, purpose, and calling, the spiritual laws of success, the law of dharma, crafting your mission statement and highest vision, elevator pitch and transformation marketing statement. It's big. Our next session is big. So we meet Fridays weekly. And feel free, once again, to drop one word in the chat describing how you're feeling right now. Feel free to type or verbally express any light bulb moments, divine downloads, key takeaways, or insights you'd like to share to our mastermind group. And I'll see you in module 2. But please, let's spend the next 5 minutes. Again, our coaching calls are 2.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours. Most of the time, it's 2.5 hours. So please set aside your Friday nights and you're free. And yeah, if any one of you wanna speak out or share, any one of you wanna voice out, Liana, you wanna share? I'm inspired. If you wanna share in the chat, or if you wanna unmute yourself and speak and allow us to listen, hear your soothing voice, or you can also type in the chat. Oh yeah.
I can just, but can you hear me properly? Because my Bluetooth
Yes.
earphones just died. So I'm
It's
just
perfect.
on laptop.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I love how like the content fits together in a way that makes sense a lot. Especially yung what stage you are at, like the seed, and then the growing, the flourishing and everything. So I really appreciate that because like not everyone is at the same pace, and it's like helpful to know where you're at right now. Like even me, I think I'm flourishing in some aspects of my business and my life, but like there are other things that are still in the seed stage or in the growing stage. And I especially love the not comparing. It took me a while to learn and integrate that, but like once I saw like just how different I do things and how different people do things, like okay, like there's so much abundance in the world and the universe that we literally do not have to compete because like there's just so much space for our gifts.
Super love hearing that. Thank you so much, Leanne. I got like, wow, so true. It just feels so good for me to hear it from you. Like I say that all the time, but when I heard it from you, I was like, that's so true. I got goosebumps. I mean, it's literally unlimited blessings and abundance in the universe. Let that be a reminder what Leanna just said. And yeah, I said that about competition, right? Thank you for reminding me what I said. It's the fastest way to grow, and we're all growing and flourishing in this journey. So, Leanna says the universe is not on a budget. Yeah, love it. Thank you so much for being here. I was receiving a message from Yvette, one of your classmates, one of our fellow soulful entrepreneurs in Australia, just now. And yeah, I have a one-on-one session after this. And so thank you so much for being here. To those who, I mean, we have a couple of minutes left if you want to share your key takeaways in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. And it's every weekend, every Friday. So right after this, let's celebrate, it's weekend energy. Yes. If you want to take a picture with me again, or if you want to just send me emoji. Smile. Yay. Hey there. Yay. And yeah, like, I just want to say that there's another, oh my gosh, I have to share this. I have to share this. I have to share this. Let us not settle for less. That is the lesson. Let's not settle for less. I was talking to one of my private clients about this just today. Not settling for less. Like, what is it that you really, really want? Honestly, what is it that you really, really want? What is the highest, grandest vision of your life? And then keep believing in that. Keep celebrating that. Keep striving for that. And keep aligning with that. And remember my oracle guidance before. I shared this also to, I think, Denise. These words came to me when I was texting. I said about prayers. Yeah. Prayers are always answered with divine energy, which becomes surrounding light until you rise to its level. Prayers are always answered with divine energy, which becomes surrounding light until you rise to its level. You're rising and you're evolving as you rise and thrive amidst all the challenges. And so know that you're whole and complete and you are more than enough and you deserve the very best. All right? So allow me to just bless you with my self-worth song that I composed for the Millionaire Mind Intensive Seminar. And all you have to do is touch your heart or just close your eyes or with your eyes open in a soft gaze. Just allow yourself to be blessed. Just reading the chat. Cheryl said, thankful, or also thankful for you, my love. Thank you for your beautiful goddess energy in the circle. Okay, allow me to sing and bless each and every one of you here. Before that, I need to drink. Oh my gosh, I need to drink. Ah, it's a lot. My throat. Okay. I am worthy. I deserve the very best. I am whole and complete. I'm more than enough. I am happy. I deserve joy and bliss. I'm harmonious and healthy. I am love. I'm love. I'm love. With your eyes closed or your eyes open with a soft gaze, touch your heart. Just keep on breathing and allow me to just bless you. Just breathe slowly and deeply and receive the blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away all your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. And may you walk gently to the earth and know its beauty all the days of your life. May you always be happy, harmonious, and healthy. Let us bring our hands together in prayer and recite the 5 Reiki principles, or you can just simply say yes and receive. Just for today, I'm at peace. Just for today, I trust. Just for today, I'm grateful. Just for today, I work joyfully. Just for today, I'm love. You're love. You're love. You're love. And you are a wondrous vessel, expanding your light to receive the highest level of love and the greatest abundance. It is done, it is complete, it is fulfilled. So be it, and so it is. Thank you so much for joining me. See you again on Monday for our monthly community coaching call. Same time. Love and light. Namaste. Thank you. Love you.